Well, good evening everybody, hope you're all doing well, hope you've had a nice Saturday, Sunday and ready for your work again tomorrow. Well, Buna invited me along this evening because we've got another special guest joining us, and I love doing these, Buna. We have invited a little Viking to pop into the studio and say hello. How you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Very happy right now. I'm stoked that you're calling me a special guest. I think I've been called a guest before, but special, I think that's the first time for me, so
There could have been
Thank you
a
very much.
there could have been a lot of things I said, but special sounds right. Sounds
Yeah.
right for this occasion.
Thanks, mate.
So you had a nice day today. How did you go? Well, we need to probably dive straight in. I think, Buna, just go straight for the jugular. How did the Spurs game finish off for you in terms of your week?
Well, decent. Like I have Kane and Son, so
Good.
especially happy about the last goal.
Okay.
Didn't bring in Bale, so yeah, but he doesn't have that high of an ownership in the top 100, so I'm not devastated about it, but I might have to look his way since I have 2 Spurs assets, but he could be my third one.
Well, interesting. Yeah, we'll pick your. Don't worry about it. Buna and I in the chat that's here will be picking your FPL brains for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Buna, do you want to start us off, or will I start us off? Where do you want to begin? Where will we take Viking on a journey today?
Let's just talk about his season to start with. Because,
I think so.
Let's be honest, he's having an absolute stellar season.
What I'll do, whilst you're going through it, Viking, I shall bring it up for the viewers and that are in the background. They'll get to see how you've kind of got on game week by game week. But yeah, as Buna says, pal, let's hear it then.
Can we start from game week 6 or something then?
Is that when you're right side?
That's exactly the moment where I actually read the rules.
No, God, you're not. Wait there. Wait, whoa. Go back a minute. Go back a second. We had the world number 2 in here a few weeks ago, and he kind of said the same thing. Yeah, we were in the pub, and we just decided that we would just play FPL this season.
This to us recently as well, Lama.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Was it not? Who's the Australian one guy that we had in? God,
but it was someone after that as well. Paddy, you're on about. But there was
Paddy, yeah.
As well. That's crazy.
Yeah,
mental.
The thing is that I've been playing a lot of these fantasy games and a lot of football fantasy games, but it's been on different platforms. It's been on the national platform in Denmark.
Okay.
So it's not my first year playing fantasy games at all, but it's my first year playing FPL. So That's where my mistakes with the chip strategy or having absolutely no chip strategy. I think you'll see that if you're going through my game week, then you'll.
Yeah, we're looking at it, and the thing is, so right, is that your excuse and you're sticking to it? That you strolled into game week 1 and 2, round about the 2.5 million mark, and then whatever happened between game week 2 and 3, you pulled your socks up and shot from 2.6 million right up into like 350,000. And
Wasn't
then,
that where I used my first wildcard already in like game week 2 or something? I think I used the wildcard.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which now when I'm thinking about it, it's not the worst idea. Like then you get to see all the players play, and then you actually get to see no, who am I trying to? It's a shitty idea. I don't know why I'm trying to defend it.
I don't know. To be fair though, there's a lot of people. Boone will tell you the same. There's a lot of people that we've had in the show that have used that did also use their wildcards quite early on.
Yeah.
So you're not the first, and you certainly wouldn't be the last.
I always use my wildcard early. I've always used it between 2 and 5.
Oh really?
But as I say, so as you say there, you shot right through the ranks. Even by game week 3, you were already in the top 500k, and then it seems to be that you got a bit of a grasp on how the game worked. So you then went up to 89,000, down to 32,000. Had a little bit of a wobble game week 6 and went back up to 77,000, but these are all still like steady ranks. Like obviously I'd be nosebleeding by now, and I'm only 6 game weeks in. But then,
you know what the worst thing about that is that I think that I used my triple captain on Salah when he had 2 points, and I think that was in game week 6. So that might have been a game week where actually
you know your game inside out. You're spot on. Triple captain on Salah.
Horrible.
Probably wishing you'd stuck it on
Bamford. Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
Was that the week where Bamford had his hat-trick?
Yeah, 17 points. 17
wonderful anyway that I had him though.
yeah, exactly. So
Viking, what did you What did you do differently this game week to everyone? Tell us all.
In the game week where I used
what have you
my
done this
triple
game
captaincy, or this game week.
What chip did you use?
I used bench boost this
What?
this game week. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. But I mean, Bruna, like when you see, I love it when so Viking's sitting here, quite nonchalant, no care in the world, strolls into FPL first season playing it properly, or is it your first time ever playing it?
First time ever.
Wow. Okay.
I need to delete my history, and then maybe I'll get the first season syndrome.
I think Davies tried that. Doesn't work.
Didn't did it?
I really hope this is not like a fluke, and then next year I'm gonna end up like 4 million something.
Oh no! Don't say that.
That can happen. So as long as you're still playing it with the same application, I can't imagine that'll be the case.
Nah, so obviously So you were saying, before we kind of crack through the rest of how your seasons went, because for the chat and those that are watching it, you can clearly see what's went on. Apart from a little wobble in game week 6 that we've just spoken about, pretty much from there, you go down to the 4 digits, then down to 3 digits, then down to 2, and then even down to a single digit overall rank. But before we hit on all of that, who is FPL Viking? Whereabouts are you from? What are you getting up to when you're not FPL in it?
Well, I'm a 20-year-old male from born in Denmark, and then I don't know, I love to travel, so I ended up also living abroad.
Okay.
So first I lived in Holland a few years,
right,
and there I met my Cuban wife, and then we moved to Denmark. Then she realized how fucking cold it was in Denmark, so then she was like, that it's 20 plus degrees in Tenerife during winter, right?
Okay.
And I was like, okay, yeah, well, then we're just moving there, right? And then, that's 2 years ago. So I'm sitting here in Tenerife.
Nice.
Where I live now, yeah.
Loving life.
Yeah, and newly dad also.
Oh, brilliant.
Got my first
Congratulations.
child. Thank you. Here 3 months ago, which is...
Have you started playing FPL
so
yet,
if you see a drop in rank, like three months ago or something, that's caused by my daughter, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got all the excuses.
That's gonna be my excuse.
Yeah. That's my reasoning, and I'm sticking to it. No, well done, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I used to be chuffed to bits. All sitting there in the hot weather over in Tenerife, loving FPL life and family life.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what kind of, you were saying there at the start that some of the, you've played other fantasy games before, and you've brought that experience, I would imagine, into playing FPL here, in this game that we all love to hate. And you were saying that it did take you a few weeks to kind of get your feet under the table. So what was it? The learnings that you were finding out about? Was it just purely chips, or was it just understanding kind of how the fantasy side worked here?
No, I think it was understanding the rules. It's my mate from Denmark. He I try to keep in contact with my mates from Denmark, and we do it with these both. Yeah, playing online games like Counter-Strike and so on, but also playing these fantasy games.
Okay.
And since I don't live in Denmark anymore, then I'm not eligible to play any of the fantasy games on the national platform. So
okay.
I actually also had to look for another way to play this with my friends. So one of my friends just introduced me to this FPL, and then I took it really casual.
Okay.
Until like a week before the deadline. And then I was like, but I don't really like to play any games without at least preparing myself. But
so this prep goes into it.
Yeah, but then you would expect that the first thing you do when you want to prep yourself is to read the rules. That was just not my approach, apparently.
Have you ever seen? You're a male. You've witnessed us as males building things from IKEA, not reading any instructions whatsoever.
Yeah.
We don't read rules.
Yeah, I think the first 6 game weeks I was like, yeah, this is pretty much like the game we have in Denmark. Must be. I just have to pick the best players. So I'm just gonna use a lot of time investigating which teams are coming up from the championship, which bargain players is there. I was spending a lot of time like trying to find bargains. Like found, I think I got Suchek really early. I think from game week 1. I think I also got Justin from game week 1. Bamford I got at least the latest in at game week 2. So I got a lot of these players that's been really overperforming at a really low price. I got them in early because I was reading a lot of articles and trying to check out who could I get for a cheap price, and then then I found a lot of these bargains, and just luckily they all performed. And I don't know, like the other fantasy games that I've been playing also, it's not new for me to be that high up in the rankings. Like the one I played that was a cycling fantasy game though for the Tour de France, where I was like number 1, but that was out of 60,000, so it's not 8 million, but I was number 1 there until like a week before it ended. So like really, I think I just love these fantasy games so much that when I finally fall in love with them, then I spend so much time on them.
That's you.
So much time.
Hook, line, and sinker. They got you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm. If you ask my wife, I might be using a bit much time on FPL. I think.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I think that's the thing though, because the three of us are all either married, engaged, whatever, but we're all with our partners, etc., and they certainly know how to bring us back down to earth.
Definitely.
I can read you my chat. My WhatsApp chat with my fiance earlier today. Yeah, she called me during the end of the City game, and she could tell my mood was down. And then she messaged me saying, "Are you okay? You seem bare pissed." And then I was like, "Yeah." FPL just ruining my mood. And then she was like, "Babe, it's just a game. Your life seriously doesn't depend on it. I've told you this. I don't know why you always still let it ruin your mood."
I'm laughing. I shouldn't laugh.
But
it's so true.
It's frustrating, bro, when it doesn't go right. It shouldn't be.
No.
And I wish it wasn't, to be honest. Like, it really gets me.
Yeah, nah, don't. That's the thing.
No, but it's impossible not to let it, because I had an episode also, which the worst I can remember. That was the time which I talked about. I think it was before we went live. Is that I subbed out Rashford for Salah. I think I ended up taking a -4 or a -8 because I needed to get in Salah after the West Ham game. So very horrible timing to get him, and I ended up, and this is like a 10-minute before deadline transfer, the worst of all the transfers. And I ended up taking this -4 or -8, and then I moved my captaincy from Bruno, who goes on to, I think he scores 2 and has 1 assist, or he scores 1 and has 2 assists, and Salah blanks. And there I was overall 30 there, and I could have gone back into, because I had just a few weeks prior I had been number 6.
Yep.
Number 6, and I could have gone back into top 5 if I had just not made that last minute transfer.
Yeah.
And instead I ended up going all the way down to 90. And when I realized, when I was watching Bruno score that goal and have those assists, like I exploded. And like it's hard when you have your wife and a little baby next to you, and you're trying to like keep it calm. And I was like, no, I can't handle it. I wanted to leave. I didn't want anything. I was so mad.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "This is a game. Like,
yes.
this is a game. You have a wife here that loves you. You have a little daughter. Like, there are things more important than this game." Yeah, but I was like, "Yeah, but I could have been top 5."
Yeah.
I hear that.
I think you understand.
It resonates
It
so
does.
well, man.
It does.
God.
I mean, I'm chuckling there when you're saying that you went all the way down to 90, but when you're in the top 10 and you go down, like your red arrow takes you down to 90, it's easy for me to kind of half chuckle when I'm sitting at like 600,000 or whatever the hell it is at the moment.
Yeah,
But
because
when
it
yours,
sounds like it's. I lowered. I went down 60 places, like 60. If you're 600,100 and you go down to 600,160,
yeah,
who cares? That's a
yeah,
gray arrow.
yeah,
That's a gray arrow for you. But for
yes.
me, that's like a minus
Oh yeah.
300% red arrow. You know,
Oh
like
yeah,
horrible.
it's like you've just stood with your legs open and the wife's just
Yeah.
took a foul swipe right at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Exactly.
What I was going to say before we crack on, let's say hello because we've got a few people in the chat that are joining us, and I'm sure a lot of them will also have questions for you because you are so highly ranked, and it is good to kind of get a bit of an insight into what you do, kind of what your strategies have been. And I know you've touched on them so far, which is great, but we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper. But just to say hello, Boone, I think to a few people. So Glenn was in first this evening. And I don't think I've seen Glenn in ages. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Everything Arsenal. What's up, everyone? Rajan's there. Sam, good old Sam. John is here. Mr. Boona himself is interacting with the chat and live in the studio. Some man, multi-talented. FPL Escapades is also there. My niece Chloe has joined. Yeah, she's going to join up next year, she says, Boona. I was just gaming with her the now there, and she said, I'm coming to play FPL and you're going to teach me.
I think my whole solution for the issue that we talked about before is I want to get my wife to join next year.
Well, there you go. See, then she'll understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Ishmael, good evening to you. Waz, good to see your face again. Penguin, Pingu, how are you? Yeah, and Zach just comes in there. Just slides into the chat. Quite the thing at the end there. A triple captain Kane this week, and I've also got Bale in my team. Smiley face. I'm damn sure you've got a smiley face if you've triple captain Kane and got Bale. But anywho, Boona, we have the Viking here. He has got his ship. It's got a big dragon on the front, and he's ready to take the Boona questions. So Boona, pick away. We're looking at his history here. He's talked about the wobble at the start, and that wobble was pretty much just getting to know how to play FPL. From there, he's pretty much went all the way up into the top 10, went down a little bit, and now on the climb again.
Yeah, what a season he's having, it's phenomenal. But I think what I think we tend to do is what we want to do, get to know you a little bit better, Ulrich. So it'd be good to know like what you get up to outside of FPL, apart from being a full-time dad and a husband as well. I was going to say a wife. What do you get up to?
Well, in my full-time job, I'm a podcast producer, actually.
Huh?
No way.
Yeah.
How
we
small
do,
is this world?
we do entrepreneurial podcast in Denmark. So
Okay.
I work from Tenerife, but I work for a Danish company, and we have the highest downloaded entrepreneurial podcast in the country. I think we have 80,000 downloads a month, something like that. So it's pretty decent.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that's my full-time job, and then I used to use a lot of time in the gym, which definitely didn't happen after the birth of my daughter. So that's gone a bit to shit. But yeah, I used to also go a lot to the stadium. Like no matter where I lived, I lived in Holland. Well, I lived in Eindhoven, then I went a lot to the PSV Stadium, Philips Stadium. When I lived in Denmark, I would go to Vejle Stadium, which is my favorite team. They won tonight 2-0, so no matter how bad the FPL night would have been, wasn't, but would have been, then that would have been enough to cheer me up.
Nice.
Always my own club before FPL, have to say it. And yeah, I don't know. I really love sports. Try to play a lot of paddle, which is really getting hyped around Europe now also. But was always a big sport. Paddle board. You know, like not the paddle board that you stand on in the ocean, but the one that you play, which is like a mix of tennis with glass walls. You don't know it?
Oh, I see. I know what you're talking about. Yep. Is that not like squash, but it's outside?
It's not really.
Oh well, I'll
you can say it's a mix of squash and tennis, let's say.
Yes. I think I do know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, no, but I'm really a sports person. Love all kinds of sports, and after we've been contained a lot inside, and there's a lot of rules here in Spain, and so I think I've just been watching it now instead of playing it.
Yeah.
So that also means that I have really been able to dedicate myself to watching almost all the games, so I can look beyond just the statistics, you know.
Okay.
So this, in that way, I think Corona has been good for my FPL season because I've had a lot more time to actually watch football.
Yeah. I think, Buna, that probably takes us, like, hi a team, by the way, that probably takes us quite nicely into the kind of, you know, how do you go about your kind of game week to game week choices? You know, do you look into a lot of stats? Obviously, you've spoke about it just there.
What sort of manager are you when it comes to FPL?
One of the best.
Love it. Love it.
No, I don't know. Like, I do look a lot at the stats, and honestly, I try to ignore a bit of the Twitter and Instagram chatter, because then you end up getting rid of Bruno and stuff like that. So,
fuck you. Fuck you. You clearly do.
Yes.
You clearly do.
There is someone up there shining on me this evening.
I really try. I was ignoring it so much in the beginning, but now I ended up creating my own profile, and now my following was growing, and then you can't help but look at it, and you can't help but look at all the messages you get, all the comments, and you get influenced by it. But I think I should try to shut it out a bit more, because
have people started sliding into
going better?
Have they started sliding into your DMs and asking you to rate teams yet?
Oh, mate, I get before every deadline, it's 100+ messages. So yeah, that definitely happened, and I really, in the beginning, I thought, yeah, I can answer them all, and then my wife was like, "Why are you writing with some random dude across the globe at 3:00 in the morning?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah, but he wrote me, and I wanted to be nice," and she was like, "Yeah, you can't keep that up." So
yeah.
So sorry for all the people that are writing me in my DMs. I'm trying, but it's not me,
hard.
It's my wife.
Oh, okay, that was a slopey shoulder.
Yeah. No, she's not gonna listen to this. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
It's difficult to get back to everyone. I try to get back to as many people as I can, but
yeah,
it's not possible.
No,
that's why you do shows like this.
It's,
you do a wee show like this and give people the opportunity to ask straight. And that kind of helps us out a little bit, but Buna gets swamped, I know that. I'm not so bad because I'm shit, so I only get 2 or 3 a week, maybe.
Yeah, but I also don't think you provoke the whole Twitter world. So, like...
Well, that's true. That's true. You know what happens when you poke the fire.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I'm the person that gives the Twitter world some entertainment.
Exactly.
Without that, it'd be so fucking dead.
Oh, mate, honestly, it makes it lively.
I'm enjoying it.
It's so good. It's so good. And I've said that to your... Well, I haven't actually said it. Well, I kind of have said it to your face via camera. But I would say it behind your back as well, Buna. It is, mate. It does make a lot of people smile.
If I went inactive one weekend, I think there would be fucking chaos. I think people would lose their shit. Like, where the fuck is this prick?
Well,
yeah, because it's not only that. Like, yeah, people love to hate you.
That's it.
It's
also, very
like, some people love to love you, but some people definitely also love to hate you.
So 100%. I'm looking at the right hand side down the bottom a little bit, and I do well. The folk looking at the stream won't be able to see it because it's half cut out with the FPL news that Matt puts up. But you are in like a lot of the fantasy football leagues, fantasy football scout as an example. So you were saying there that obviously, due to unfortunate circumstances with Blovid and everything, you are watching a lot of games. So you're definitely eye testing.
I didn't even answer the question.
No, you're all right. So, but when it comes to eye testing and stats, for example, whether it's on Fantasy Football Scout, which is obviously a very good stats site, or any of the other ones, because there's loads of decent ones out there. What kind of things are you looking at stat-wise, just out of interest? Because I know Buna and I. Buna looks at stats a lot more than I certainly do, but I know there's a lot of people that watch the streams and listen to us if they can't make it live. So they'd be interested to know, is there certain bits that you pick out? Like, is this something that you've picked up from other fantasy games? You know, just to help us out a little bit, I suppose, mate.
Yeah, I think like I definitely use a lot more of my eye test than I use the statistics. But when I do, I like to use a platform called Draft Hound.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I've heard of that. What is that for?
Yeah, they use a lot of the bookies and turn them into statistics for goal probability and so on.
Okay.
So I use that, and then they also create their own value picks, top picks, and and their team of the week. That's it's actually a company that's their investor is Niklas Bentner.
All right,
So,
okay.
No way.
Well,
yeah.
the guy with the boxer shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Paddy Power.
Yeah,
Yeah, you remember that from the
do.
European Cup? Yeah, yeah. He got a huge fine from that, and he just got a new contract with a new betting company also. No, but he's a part of that company, and I've been chatting with him on Instagram also with Bentner because
as you
he's
do.
also because he's having a great season also. I think it's not more.
I've
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
this. Yeah, who was talking about that? I think it might have been Penguin or somebody, or Ian. Somebody
No, but
definitely mentioned that he was having a good season as well.
no, but like a really good season. I think it's only 5 game weeks ago he was number 63 in the world.
Right,
So
we need to keep eyes on him. Do you know how you do podcasts, yeah?
No,
You do.
no, I don't.
I thought you said you did like a like.
Not
you know-
FPL, but other podcasts.
No, yeah. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. You know how you were saying that you do like another podcast that's got like
Yeah,
80,000 downloads. I think you need to get together with us, and we'll get Bentner on a show, and we'll all just chat to him. What do you think?
Yeah, that could be really fun. Yeah,
We'll
if
get it
he's up
sorted.
for it, he's such a busy man. But we talk sometimes when it's just before deadline,
Nice.
talking about the lineups and so on. But
No
he's
way,
really
really?
nice that he's been answering me and even asking questions himself. That's
Brilliant.
quite cool, especially like here
Definite.
in Denmark. He's a huge legend.
Oh, yeah.
For all the national team goals and everything. Yeah, really.
Super.
So it's super cool. I have many jealous friends. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I have some friends that are huge Arsenal fans, and they
Is there a
They're
team
really
that you
jealous.
have affinity to liking?
What? Sorry?
Is there a team that you support in the Premier League?
No. And I think that's
Does that-
another
does that
reason
help
for my
your-
success.
Does that help your transfer making and stuff? So
Yes.
obviously you've got no club bias.
So much.
Are
yeah.
there any teams that you do lean towards having players for, or you're not really specific with any?
I have zero bias, and I really think that has helped me so much because I was also talking about this on the FPL Juice interview I did earlier. That
Yeah.
it's not only that you can be biased towards your own team, but you can also try so hard not to be biased that you end up not having anyone from your own team and then ruin it that way. Like I think you just need these completely neutral eyes on the prize. And I like one team from England, and that's Brentford from the Championship.
Oh my God, Matt would be having a party.
He
right
would
now.
be.
Our other co-host is also a Brentford fan.
Yes,
Tell us
Nice.
about this. Is this anything to do with their manager by any chance?
With Thomas Frank? Yes. Yeah. It's we call them like in Denmark we call them our small Danish club in England because they have like 5 or 6 Danish players, and almost in all their lineups you'll see at least 3 Danish players and the Danish manager, of course.
Yeah, because they've
And
got
they
that centre back as well who starts for Denmark. What's his name again?
Yeah. The center back is Mads, and then they have the left back is the one that starts for our national team. That's Henrik Stamsgaard.
Yeah.
That's probably the one you're thinking
That's what I'm
about.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they also have Emiliano Marcones, also used to play in the Danish league, and I really like them, but mostly for that. Also, if they get promoted to the Premier League, then they have the same owner as a Danish team, which would bring some extra cash into the Danish league, which the Danish league could use to improve the overall level. So it's just a win-win situation. It's not like I have this heartful bond to them that I had for many years. It's more that I'm a patriarch. I patriarch. I like my own country, and I like that there's such a big Danish influence on that team.
But they're in a bit of
but I
trouble
really
right now.
think
They're
that
on a bit of a downturn, aren't they, recently?
yeah, and I hope they don't do like last year.
I know they could have been in the Prem instead of West Brom.
Yeah, definitely should have. They should have secured it, and then when they finally got anyway to the playoffs, then they pissed it away in the final. So yeah, this year they're a bit on a downturn right now, and I don't know, with other clubs like Barnsley winning 7 in a row, like I don't know, they're gonna be.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a bit mental.
One of our other followers, Paulie's a big Barnsley fan as well, and it's crazy. Like they're on some crazy form right now.
Yeah, and that's also something they're talking a lot about in the Danish news because they have a Danish defender also. So I think that's mostly what I actually have been following up until this year is just Danish players like Christian Eriksen when he was in Tottenham, and now Pierre-Emil also Højbjerg who's in Tottenham now. I like the Danish players, but I haven't had a single Danish player in my in the whole 27 game week.
No one really appeals, do they?
No, well, at some point, many people were talking about Westergaard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe because he's an attacking threat also.
If Leicester were any good, you'd maybe have Kasper Schmeichel in there.
Yeah. He's our national team goalkeeper, and I think he's fairly decent. But I think the one I would lean most towards. Well, I don't know. Right now, I don't know how long Thiago Silva is out for. But it could be that Andreas Christensen for Chelsea. If he keeps playing, then he could be a good option after game week 29.
Christensen's playing really well right now.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of bonus points as well.
That's true. So
I think he's on for 17 the last two. It's crazy.
So when you were saying earlier that you've got no bias and that's helped you this season, if Brentford do get promoted, next season's going to be a struggle for you.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will.
Daniel, we will get to your questions. Don't you worry yourself, young man. Good to see you in the chat. And like Daniel, if there's anything that you want to pit towards FPL Viking himself, you can do it in the chat, as Daniel's just done the now there, which is fine. Or if you want, you can join us live in the studio and you can pose your question directly to the Viking himself. So you've got two ways of doing it. But Daniel, don't worry yourself, mate. We're just getting to know this Viking a lot better. And then, as I say, we'll shoot with some of your own questions, etc. So don't worry yourself, Daniel. We will get to you. But yeah, so Viking, number 6 in the world, and you're now at kind of round about the 50 mark, so you're still nosebleeding in my eyes, like very highly ranked. Will we have a look at see what you done this game week, actually? Can we see this game week? I don't think we can we?
Yeah, we can.
How
do you do that again?
You just go to his FPL team.
What game week is this?
Question's that?
Oh yeah.
Week 27.
Yeah, do you know what? I had one of those fucking moments where I didn't know if I was clicking the right button. Fuck, what I am at times. I apologise. So we have a bench boost played. For those listening back to us, we have got Meslier in goal, Dawson, Cancelo and Target across the back line. Across the midfield, we've got a captain's armband round about Gundogan. Salah, De Bruyne's there, Son's there, and up front he's got Kane, Watkins and Antonio. Don't forget though, he's also playing the bench boost. So first on the bench is the keeper, as we know, which is Forster. We've then got Rafinha, Konza and Loughton all sitting there on the bench. So
I'm gonna go straight to Team's question in live chat, and he asked, cheeky, but what in the world let you to bench boost this game week instead of last?
Oh, see, now this is the thing that you're going to get in this chat. They don't muck about, mate. They just go straight for the bollocks. So
but it's a very valid question. Very valid question I would ask myself. I only had 7. I prepared poorly, I think. I only had 7 double game week players. It's because I really try to. I don't like to over prepare because then I feel like if I over prepare for something that's 5-6 game weeks ahead, then I end up neglecting my current team, and then I end up dropping so much that it can't make up for it. Preparation doesn't make up for it.
Okay.
So I have to, though, with this game week 29, since I don't have a free hit. So here I've been forced to prepare a bit, but I try to do it a bit less for game week 26. So I was left with only 7 players, and only I think I had Bamford and Rafinha on my bench, if I remember right, last game week. I don't remember. Maybe you can watch my bench now that you're in my team.
Yeah. You've got Rafinha's on the bench. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I didn't. I just didn't really see it very attractive. My bench last week, and then I got this crazy idea that okay, I need to prepare for. The game week 29. And I needed to get rid of De Gea, who's chosen to have a child in the middle of a double game week when I'm starting.
Damn you, De Gea.
Thank you, David. And then I don't know. And then I got caught up in this Bruno movement.
No, not another one. Don't tell Viking. You're too good a player to get caught up in these kind of movements.
I don't know who started that kind of shit. No, I think I just I felt like risking it this game week, and I was seeing the fixtures that my current players were having, and I was seeing that with a -8 I could have a really decent bench if I could risk it on Foster. Like if I would risk it on that Foster would start against Sheffield United at least.
Yeah.
So, and he would also make way. Foster instead of De Gea would make way for me being able to bring in De Bruyne. So I saw it too good to be true, and then I was looking at the possible bench I could get, and I thought I have to do it. I don't want to be tied down by this bench boost by always thinking that I need to have the perfect bench for the rest of the game until the perfect opportunity appears. I thought now this is a way that I can prepare for my my game week 29, get another player in, so I'm up to 9 now, I believe. And at the same time, I can get a good bench boost and get rid of my injured, or you can't really call it injured, goalkeeper out for personal reasons. I don't know. I also like to risk it in a way and not always do what everyone else is doing.
Don't fall in the Twitter crowd.
Yeah, because I feel like I was templating it.
Yeah.
If you can say it like that, I feel like I was rank protecting too much. So I felt like I wanted to take a risk.
We say it a lot, mate, and Ola, the world #1. Pretty much said the exact same as you. He doesn't want to play the cock block game and just basically field the same players as like what the top 10 is.
But it's so hard not to do it. It's so hard. Like that's the reason. Like I'm in this in between phase where I'm half rank protecting and half trying to bring in some differentials. So for example, I brought in Konsa instead of getting Martinez in goal.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to do these small things so that at least I have the protection. If Martinez gets a clean sheet, then I have some Villa protection in the back.
Yeah.
But still not choosing exactly the same, and then I would have this chance if Konsa, for example, let's say he gets like 2 big chances a game from now on, which it seems like, right? Then if he actually hits it and not hits the bar, then that's a huge differential for me.
No,
I don't know. I think it's this mixture and me being mad at myself for playing it too safe brought a little bit on this bench boost.
Okay. No, and that's fair enough. And thanks for letting us know. Teams just. Do you see what team's just written there? I'm rank protecting and I'm at 1 million. Brilliant. Daniel was the first one in with a wee quick question. Now, Daniel, I don't know. So are you still got Maddison? Is that what you're saying? Because you just put Maddison out ? I'm assuming Maddison is still injured. I've not heard anything that he's coming back, is he? Have I missed something?
Oh, I've not heard anything about him coming
No,
back.
no.
So
Look,
if,
last I saw, he's at least marked orange, I think he is.
yeah, so maybe what he's trying to ask potentially is if he... Yeah, so he has still got Maddison, right, okay. Let's try and help him. If you were going to take Maddison out, I don't know how much money he's got spare. He is from Scotland, so he could be like me and pretty tight and doesn't want to spend it. Who would you be getting in? So who if you were taking
those
him out?
questions are so hard.
They are
I'm getting
hard.
so many of them. Like, who's the best replacement for this guy? Yeah, but I don't know.
Probably
your team.
Mason Mount. Probably Mason Mount.
Yeah, Mason Mount's not a bad shout.
Don't
yeah.
bring in Jota. I can confirm he wasn't a good punt.
Yeah, you did
No.
go Jota. Yeah, you dafty.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
beautiful
got point,
yellow card then.
he's got point 0.9 million he's saying that he's got spare. And Potato Man, good evening to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. 46 weeks still out, Potato Man reckons. So yeah, he's got a bit to go.
I also feel like it's so different on what he wants to accomplish. Like, does he want to take a big risk? Does he want to protect in his mini league? There's so many
hard,
factors
isn't
that
it?
plays
Yeah.
into these.
Also,
into these
does
questions.
he need to build towards 29 if he
Yeah,
hasn't got a free
also,
hit,
definitely.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because if he wants to build towards that, then like players like Son and players like Bale could be fun. And if he
Yep.
wants to completely punt it and captain Bale one of these rounds could be fun. If he's some people are also just at this point where they're like all in. Either it works out great or fuck it, you know?
yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, other players that stick to my head anyway. One of them's on your bench now. Is Rafinha as another shout when
Yeah.
you've got an eye for game week 29. So he's saying there that he's got 7 for 29. So yeah, even a Rafinha gets you up to 8, which is probably a decent number. Or like punty players like Lingard, for example. You know, plays in 29. I don't know,
doesn't play in 28 though.
Yeah, it doesn't play in 28 though, so that's your trouble there. But yeah, fucking hell, I've just seen John McEwen's comment. You seen that one? I sold Shaw and benched Bruno this week.
Well, you
What
say
did he
this,
do?
but fuck this. Have you seen Team's bench? He's got 30 points on his bench.
Jeez, see, I'm not far behind
He
though.
benched Areola, Watkins, Luke Shaw, and one other unlucky fucker.
Wow. Jeez, oh. FPL Alex the Kid, long time no see. He seems to be having a good season as well, saying that he's on 56 points with 6 to play. Well done you. Having a nice little season there. Daniel, this is the question. Let's just post it, shall we? Straight to the Vikings' mouth. Would you keep Salah? And if you wouldn't, who would you be getting in for him?
I've already been contemplating bringing in Bale for Salah.
That's the train.
This is going to be a very popular move.
It's going to be the Bale. It's going to be the Bale bus. Let's get on the Bale
had
bus.
some good history against Arsenal back in the day.
Yeah, but I'm also
actually ignore me. Don't talk. Ignore anything I say about history. It's wrong. Actually, it went wrong this week. It went wrong.
No, I don't know, because he's also getting subbed out rather early, so I think there's a good chance that he's gonna start the next one also. And I don't know, he is in good form. Yeah, he's in such a good form, but I don't know. I didn't bring him in this time because I thought it was too big of a risk.
Yeah.
Like, but now, like, you can't really look past him, can you?
No,
especially not when you have to think about game week 29. And I'm not getting a Spurs defender, that's for sure. So
yeah, I'm the
just
same.
be vigilant because Spurs have a Europa League game on Thursday.
True.
Yeah, it's definitely like I'm gonna wait, and I don't know.
It's
I don't
tough
know.
though.
But
It's tough.
I'm rather sure I'm gonna get out Salah, but
See,
it might be a last minute decision.
See, you're all right though because you've got no season history. I've got that fear of missing out and like nervousness about Salah, and that's why I ended up keeping him this week like a tit, and I should have just got rid of him, a lot of people did. But I think it's because in the back of my head, Salah, well, we've seen him do it before. He comes on for 40 minutes, for example, as a substitute and still bags like 2 assists and a goal. That's the type of player
at that point,
he is.
Liverpool was functioning just
Yeah.
pretty good. Now they're like losing
Yeah.
0-1 at home.
I know.
Like to Fulham.
I know.
Like I don't know. I don't know really.
Flippity Klopp needs to watch his flip-flops or he could be out the door. Losing 6 home matches. What is he? He's dropped like 20 odd points since this. I don't know. He's on the slide. It's like what Alex is saying there, though. I wouldn't say Bale's essential by any means. However,
no.
If he's fit and he's healthy, and Mourinho is starting him, then Buna, you're probably the best place to answer this one. Is he someone that we should be thinking of getting in? Because like what you're saying there, Viking, as well, I wouldn't be looking at Spurs in defence.
No.
Definitely not. But a triple up with Bale, would you do that, Buna? Just keep an eye on it?
A triple up feels a bit much. Tell you what though, Bale coming and doing as well as he has really hindered Son.
I was just about to say that.
He's
that's true.
Like Kane, it's like Kane's cheating on Son with Bale now.
That's such a good way of putting it. You damn cheat. Don't tell me.
Like Son and Kane used to share a bed together, and now he's got Bale in there with him.
Yep. And they're not, and top to tail doesn't work.
And they don't even care. They're doing it publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. That is one of my concerns also. That I already have Son and Kane. So it might be attacking it a bit much and trusting a bit much in Spurs.
I think that's the thing for me with Spurs and Buna. I know we've spoke about it before. Like there's almost like an expectation there with Spurs. Oh, they should do well. They should blast that team away. And then Mourinho does what Mourinho does and just parks a big bus and sits and defends his 1-0 for 85 minutes. He doesn't seem to be doing that of late, but then we're only 2 games in. So I think like what you say, Buna, maybe that's the best bet.
I don't think it's a case of him not doing it. I think the personnel's not been right, but now like the team's looking a lot stronger. And there's still some players to come back. Like when Aurier's back, like that was a weak link today having Doherty. Having said that, Doherty didn't have too bad a game.
Yeah.
He actually did a bit better today.
Yeah, he got an assist.
Yeah, he did, yeah. But that was all down to Gareth. But Harry Kane, let's be honest. What a finish. What a finish.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. But yeah, once Aurier's back, I think our team will be even stronger. And also, the fight for that number 10 kind of playmaker role is heating up. You've got Moura putting in a brilliant shift today.
He did.
You've got Dele Alli playing there, and you've also got Lo Celso to come back. So I don't think having a Spurs triple attack isn't. I don't think it's a bad decision.
But it's definitely not essential.
No, essential. But I do think 2 of them are. Not essential, but I think it's nice to have 2 of them. It'd be good to have 2 of them.
No, definitely. Sure. No, definitely.
Another player I'm thinking about ahead of game week 29, if I'm thinking of players to replace Salah with, could go Aubameyang. Yeah.
Oh, there he is. It was like, where's Wally with Aubameyang? Nobody knew where he was, and then all of a sudden he's just appeared again in the last 2 game weeks.
Yeah, well, the last one might have been with a little helping hand at Pope, but
that's true.
Yeah, but no, it's I don't know. I feel like he's a player who's when he's at his best, he's so good.
Yes.
And if he has that confidence, then he could just really be a good shout, at least for. Maybe just for game week 29, like just a quick replacement with Salah for game week 29, and then bring him back in afterwards.
Yeah,
could be doing that, but I also want some Wolves players later on. After they have a really nice schedule after I think it's after game week 30. I don't know. Like I feel like the hardest part of FPL by far is setting my midfield.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you that. So, I know it's obviously your first season and stuff. Have you got like a formation that you prefer to play, or is it just whoever's got the best fixture on the day just dictates what your formation is, as an example?
I really like playing playing 3-5-3.
3-4-3, 3-5-2, 3-4-3. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, 3-4-3. I really like to play.
I'd love to play 3-5-3. Believe me.
Yeah, that would be nice, right? No, I like to. I don't know. I always like to play with only 3 in the back.
Okay.
And some, I think it was just a follower that wrote me, "You get the most points when you play with 3 strikers." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I couldn't help but go in and investigate. And I think
Okay.
that's been my most profitable formation, has been 3-4-3.
Brilliant.
And also, there's just so many nice cheap options up front, with Watkins, with Antonio, with Bamford, and yeah, now maybe even with Marja.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I'm not that I'm saying that I'm getting him, but just to mention that we have so many cheap options up there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's too tempting not to play with 3 attackers, I think.
Nah, I hear you.
Greg, what's your plans for 29 for the blank game week? Have you got 3 hit, or are you building towards it? And if so, how many players have you got?
I have 9 right now. No free hit.
You've got 9 already.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
So,
and what are your end of season expectations as it stands? So you're only about 63 points behind number 1 spot. That's not a lot.
My expectations or dreams, like I don't know how realistic it is. That's the thing.
So irrespective of how realistic, what's your target right now? What is your goal? And what would you be happy to finish on, kind of as a minimum, aka like if it was less than this, you'd be disappointed?
If it's gonna be less than top 100, then I'm gonna be disappointed.
Okay,
Cool.
that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's my 10th or 11th round straight now in the top 100. And I just can't see myself finishing 342 and being happy.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, like when you've been all the way up to 6, I was life ranked 3 at some point, and I had many options to be in the top 5, and then I just can't see myself being happy with anything less than top 100.
Okay.
Because also, if I slide out of top 100, then I'm gonna go to 2nd, 3rd, 4th place in many of my mini leagues also. Which also have a lot. I'm in like 25 mini leagues, so there's a lot on stake in all the mini leagues. So
hell, I
think I stand to win like 8 shirts right now, Premier League shirts. So I'm just gonna go out and buy all my favorite players from this season.
8 Brentford shirts.
Yeah, if they move up, yeah.
I'm just looking at some of your mini leagues are crazy. Because you're sitting at like what is it, like 52nd or something like that in the world just now. Like you're storming it basically.
Yeah.
But you're still like 3rd place, 4th place, 2nd place.
Yeah,
What? What kind of leagues are you entering?
Yeah, but that's like with for example with your guest FPL Sapphire.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that his name? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Kevin,
Kevin. Yeah, exactly. Kevin is in a
damn
few
you,
of my leagues.
Damn you, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's ruined it for me.
He's ruining the party. He's ruined the party.
Yeah, but I also made my own mini league. People are very welcome to join. I have €100 to the winner.
Nice.
Yeah. We first started in game week 19. I think we started counting the points because I wanted to make a game week a prize that people could also win even if they had a shitty start.
See, you're on the same wavelength as us, and that was the lit league that we started as well. Was that game week 19 as well? I think it might have been. Can't remember.
It was.
Great
minds
think alike.
January.
Just January, yeah, that's right. For the exact same reason, and I think it makes sense because that's what we spoke about before quite openly, that although it's a game it can get to us, and what we were finding before was that a lot of people do give up by Christmas, so we wanted to give them a competition to enter with fresh. Everyone starts off at 0 and give them a chance at the second half of the season. So
exactly.
You know, got a few questions coming in for the chat for you, so we'll dive through a few.
we'll have to wrap it up in shortly because there's a time that I have to be home in Spain.
Cool.
Otherwise, the police is gonna stop me.
No way.
What?
Yeah. In half an hour, it's
cool. We'll
it's
wrap up.
not
Is 5 minutes
legal
okay?
to be out.
5 minutes, is
Yeah,
that
5
alright?
minutes fine.
Cool,
5 minutes
right.
fine.
Andy Mack saying,
That is
that's
some
crazy.
seriousness, you know?
Yeah.
Jeez. Right, boys, let's get rattled through these. Salah to Bale is already done by Andy Mack. Well done to you. Potato Man's just asking, what are the chances of Antonio bragging a hat-trick tomorrow?
Well, since he's on my team, then I hope they're very, very big.
I hope he gets sent off.
Well, the chances are very slim that he gets sent off, I reckon. He's a nice differential because I think he's only. I think he's only owned by 28 in the top 100, so he could be a really nice differential for me.
All right, nice one, nice
so,
one.
So you look at that. You look at the ownership statistics in the top 100 quite closely, then, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
And Bamford is owned by 69%, and not me.
Nice.
So what
Right,
can
we'll
make
just-
or break my game week is if Antonio performs better than Bamford, then that's definitely a green arrow, and if it's the other way around, that's a red arrow.
Okay,
So
okay.
let's
Got both, so that should be exciting.
I've picked out 2 more for you. If you had a free hit, teams asking, is it too template to play it in game week 29, or is it a no-brainer just to play it if you had your free hit?
I think I would play with many of the players that I actually have built towards now. Also,
So you wouldn't need to play it, kind of thing.
no, I don't know because I would definitely have
It's
attacked.
team dependent, isn't it?
Yeah, team dependent.
Yeah.
Team, we'll have a chat with you back in Discord about that one. We'll get
I
you
think
sorted.
The thing I'm most scared about is that how am I gonna make the transition afterwards away from my game week 29 team back to a decent team that can perform already from game week 30.
Yeah, I've got you. And then the last one that we'll take in.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to rush through them.
Make it the last one.
Yeah, Potato Man. He's thinking of getting rid of Cancelo for Rudiger or Cody. Do you think that's worth a punt?
I have Cancelo myself.
Out.
So he's thinking of getting rid of Cancelo, and bringing in Rudiger or Cody.
Like, I understand the concern, the rotation concern, but yeah, and Rudiger has really been nailed in this new Chelsea team, if we can call it that, and which have been super secure in the back. I don't know. I was even thinking about it at some point myself to free up some funds because there's really nice options like Rudiger for a lot less. And even if me and so many others keep thinking, but Cancelo has such a nice attacking threat.
Yeah.
Does he really? Like, does he really? How much is the outcome other than that one crazy game? So I don't know. I have also been thinking about it. I've definitely been thinking about it. At some point, I was very close to bringing in Stones instead of Cancelo, and then saving a bit. So yeah, it's not the worst move in the world.
Yeah.
But I can't go from 1 City defender to 0.
Okay.
Like I personally wouldn't do that. It's so risky because both Diaz and Stones and Cancelo are all owned by around 60% of the top 100. So most people in the top 100 has 1 or 2 City defenders.
Yeah.
So it would be too risky for me. But depending on where you are, then
that might. Yeah.
It could make sense. It could make sense.
A punt that would come off. A punt that could come off.
Yeah.
Viking, I just want to say it's been a privilege and an honour having you in. You're an
It's been a
absolute
pleasure.
gent. We'll try and get something organised later on in the season and get you and some of the other guys that we've had on that are all in the top 100 alongside you. And we'll just have a blather to go through the team and all the rest of it. But we'll try and make it so you're not having to quickly run home so you don't get arrested.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, do you want to give a shout out for yourself though? Just plug yourself so that people in the chat know where to find you.
Just
get in contact and that.
Yeah, I have this beautiful profile picture that FPL Doodles made for me. So you're gonna see me on a Viking boat, and my tags are, I think on Twitter it's at Viking_FPL, and it's the other way around on Instagram. It's FPL_Viking.
Perfect. No, you've been an absolute gem. Buna, you want to wrap anything up or say anything else?
No, that's all from me, mate. You go for it. Just finish it off.
Right. So we're all just going to get off so we don't get arrested. Okay. The last thing we don't want is us getting blamed for someone high up in FPL being arrested. So so let's just call it a night at that, folks. Yous have all been absolute gems for joining us. Viking, obviously, for popping in and saying hello and talking us through this season. But we'll get them back in later on in the season, and hopefully you will all join us.
You're going to tell full stories. Man. Yeah, nice one, guys. Have a good evening. We'll see you later.
Remember, like and subscribe.
I'm going to have to run now, otherwise you're going to get me arrested.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you. Bye.
What?
Are you struggling with FPL? Do you know who the best captain pick is for the game week? Sign up to whogivesafplfuck.com. This is a worldwide